fine. Alright, welcome aboard. This is flight 001, flying over sunny Anau, bound for doubtful south. We're currently flying over Lake Anau. Lake Anau is New Zealand's second largest lake, although it does have the largest circumference area of about 500 kilometres, a total length of 65.
1,700 west.
And some of the most beautiful colours in the water. On board today we have our lovely French couple and Yvonne, who's her birthday. Down here on the left we have the control gates. Now there's no power generated down here. This is just to control the lake level. Left uncontrolled, being such a big lake, the lake level can rise and fall by 6 feet at a time.
Donc en fait c'est juste une écluse pour réguler la hauteur du lac.
Lake Anau spills into the Waiau River, which is one of the best freshwater fishing arbitraries in the world, but it's more famous now because it was used as the River Anau in the first Lord of the Rings movie.
Beau, hein?
Down on the left, this was all designed and built for the Queen in 1960, the road and the alcove, but she never turned up. So now we just use it to put the jet boats in. That's called the Queen's Reach. Down here on the right, you'll see the swing bridge down here crossing the river. This marks the end of the Kepler track at Rainbow Reach. The Kepler track takes between 3 to 5 days to walk, about 8 hours to run, and we can fly it in about 20 minutes. I know which one I prefer.
Wow.
Out here on the left, these big brown swamps over here, these were used as the swamps of Mordor in the second Lord of the Rings movie. We then have the Manapuri Airport, and over here is Mount Titiaroa. This is a limestone mountain, giving it the impression that it's snow covered all year round, even when it's not. And of course the limestone has come from the bottom of the sea. And think about that and see how high it is now.
La montagne sur la gauche, et la limestone, on croit que c'est de la neige, mais...
Locations for the Lord of the Rings. Down here, this big sweeping corner. This was quite famous in the Lord of the Rings movie. Looking up towards the Irisburn, this is where the Kepler track comes out of. Looking out to Lake Manapuri. Now, Lake Manapuri has been voted New Zealand's most beautiful lake. 33 islands inside of it, and most of them are forested. It's more famous for the power station at the far end, but it's just been discovered that Lake Manapuri is now New Zealand's deepest lake. Controversially, but it's over 1,100 feet deep. Now, the Fjord National Park that we're flying over, not only is it New Zealand's largest national park, it's also a World Heritage Park, and it's the second largest in the world, including down here on the left, this is Pomona Island, New Zealand's largest freshwater island. The national park, as a World Heritage Park, second largest in the world, about 2.7 million hectares. Now, it's one of the last places on Earth to be formed, one of the last places on Earth to be discovered, largely unchanged, and 99% of the park, of what you're seeing, has never been and will never be touched by human hands or feet. So what you're seeing hasn't changed in 13,000 years. Wow.
C'est le deuxième plus grand parc national au monde et 99% n'a jamais été exploré par l'homme. Et donc ce qu'on voit, c'est vraiment l'état d'origine.
Camera's going. This is the north arm of Lake Manapuri. Underneath us are what's known as the Norwest Lakes. Now, this featured quite heavily about halfway through the first Lord of the Rings movie. The only way to see these lakes and these location is by the air.
Ah, on a les montagnes. C'est impressionnant. Wow. T'as vu ça, Christine, sur la droite là? Merde.
Now, the Southern Alps that we're flying through, these are the second fastest growing alpine system in the world. If it wasn't for the erosion from our terrible weather, it would be the fastest growing mountain system in the world. The mountains are still growing at about the same rate as your fingernails per year. Wow.
The fastest growing in the world?
Second fastest growing.
The first?
I actually don't know. I did look it up, but I forgot, to be honest. But it's because our weather patterns from the west are very active. It's it's not. It doesn't stay here very long. But you see, it's all fresh granite. This is the Delta Burn. Down here on the left, this is Lake Herries. Lovely alpine lake. Doesn't quite freeze in winter, but not far off it.
Il va nous faire passer entre les montagnes là. même impressionnant. On dirait des dorsales de dinosaures. Hein, Christine?
Ouais.
Regarde ça. Oh. Oui, 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 oui.
Wow.
You like it?
Love it. Love it. Magnificent. Magical.
Alpha is Alpha 9000, Southwest Ticket.
Alright, so now we're in the South Fjord. Now, there are only 3 freshwater fjords in New Zealand. The South Fjord is one of them. The South Fjord is about 1.5 times larger than Milford.
Wow.
It's less accessible, and for my money, it's more beautiful. And where we're going to go, down here on the left, you'll see the waterfall. We'll make a landing and we'll go and take a walk to it.
Lovely.
Tu as entendu, on va atterrir et aller marcher jusqu'à la chute d'eau qu'il y a sur la droite. C'est géant, c'est l'approche comme un terrain.
Delta Rio Towers, Gorge Bend Falls for that water landing.
This is a pretty valley.
This is a very beautiful valley.
Wow. Are we going in for a landing?
Certainly are.
Oh my goodness. Woohoo.
C'est super. Regarde ça. C'est génial. Et voilà.
Wow. Very smooth.
Oh, I think it's my first day on the job.
Whoa.
Welcome to the Gorge Burn Falls.
Lovely.
We can now talk that the headsets are not required.
Welcome to paradise. This is survival piano. We fly you in and fly you out. That's okay.
Woohoo. I love this part.
Leave me breathless.
Pas de souci.
Wow.
Wonderful.
Landmass up here. What happened is about 14,000 years ago, the glacier came out of the South Fjord, parts of it broke off and then melted in the dirt. What it left with the 13 hidden lakes up ahead, only visible by the air. Each one of these lakes is around about 900 feet deep each, and they'll start to appear on either side, being the hidden lakes. So keep an eye out, the hidden lakes will start to appear out the right-hand side. This lake here was actually the first tourist attraction in New Zealand back in the late 1800s, early 1900s.
Wow.
Pourquoi?